Hello, welcome to this first look at Europa Universalis IV, which I have not played before, and I did have a previous version. I don't remember whether it was 3 or 2 or 1 even, I don't know, but we'll have a look at this one. It is a super complex game and it's loading up now, so we'll see what happens when we get there. Right, tutorial time. Basic controls. Hopefully it'll be clear enough. Minimize this interface with the minimize button now. Good. I can pause the game with that. And there's plus and minus for the time. Okay. Wait for the 1st of December. So although it's a real-time game, you can stop and start it to give orders, so you can have the effect of turn-based if you want, sort of. I can move the camera. Yes, I've noticed that. Whoosh. I can use the arrow keys. Okay. Or the mouse. Hold the scroll wheel and move the mouse. Yeah. That might be the easiest way, actually. And I can click on here, right. Zoom out. Now zoom in as close as I can. Let's head to England. Follow the arrow and find Aberdeen. There it is. Next, armies and fleets. Rebels have taken over the province of Meath. You must defeat them. Select the army stationed in London by clicking on it, or by dragging a box over it. Let's click on it. Now move it there. First I need to go to Gwynedd. Double D is th in Welsh, I think. Have the army selected and right click on it. Okay. Here. Now unpause. It's good that things actually take a few days to go places. It's not like instant moves, and it's kind of more realistic. Now I need to get to here, okay. I need to transport my army by boat. So click attach to transport and load it into the ships. There's the ships. Right, okay, they are now attached. So I need to select the fleet. Okay. Then right click the sea. How do I know how many guys I've got on it? Are they still? No, they're not there. So they have got on the boat. Meath is blockaded. So what do? Next. Have the fleet selected and click the transport button to select my army. Fleet selected. Transport. Now right click on destination. Right. A bit complicated. There is a battle, right. Oh, here's the battle window. You can see front line and second line troops. Mine. Plantagenet, the great mine. Unpause so they can do it. Right, well that was quick. The city is still... stuff's happening. Oh, captured Meath. Okay, it was telling me something about it being under siege, but okay. Done. Okay, well, next. Regiments, ships and buildings. London. Each province is different. Depending on tax and what have you, it can support different numbers of units and stuff, right. I can recruit regiments, build ships, hire mercenaries. Somewhere. There. Click recruit regiment. It cost me 1,000 manpower and ducats to recruit each regiment. I can see my manpower in the top left. There. The pause thing is hiding it. I gain 233 a month. But I need 2,853. Presumably because of the Battle of Meath. And various modifiers down the bottom. Okay. Recruit a regiment. Okay, well. I can build ships by selecting a coastal province and clicking the build ship button. Big ships, light ships, galleys and transports. Go back to the province view, then click the build ship button. Where's the back button? Yeah. Big ships are large warships. Light ships are fast for trade protection. Galleys are cheaper warships for inland seas. Okay. Transport ships, which I guess are the cogs. What are the barks then? Trade ships. So they are light ships. Okay. Now buildings. So we get a little tab there, okay. Construct any building. You have special buildings. You can only have special buildings from one category, and unique buildings once per nation. And there are a few plots. Right, okay. And I need technologies to build these things. So that those, I've got that. Can do that, or I can do that. Yep. There are two different queues for production in a province. The unit queue allows you to either build a ship or recruit a regiment. And you can queue buildings. So I guess those are the two. A building buildings and a building other stuff. Units. The building queue allows you to either construct a building, make core, convert religion, or change culture. Each of the two queues can do one thing simultaneously. What does that mean? It can do one thing at a time, I think, is what they mean. Make core. I think that means maybe convert it to your civilization, I imagine. Click next. Where are these building queues? I don't know. Here's the production interface. Oh, there's lots of tabs. Blimey. Okay. Select a unit from the list and then click on the map to start production. You can either click directly on the map or click the plus icons. Clicking a province more than once will queue the ship or unit. Start production in 5 different provinces and then unpause the game. So I can click there, or I can click plus 1, 2, 3, let's have some horses. 4, 5. That's it. Next is war. A revolt was instigated by support from Leinster. We should not let this go unpunished. When you declare war on a target, you must have a casus belli on them. A just cause, or at least a declared cause. Otherwise you'll have negative effects from the war. Click the Leinster province, then click diplomacy and select declare war. There it is. There's a lot of stuff here to look at, isn't there? Right. I have no valid reason to attack these revolting people. Now I move my troops there, and I must besiege and occupy their province before I can continue. If I want to bring all my troops, then I'll have to ferry them over and merge them into one army. Let's have a look first of all. There's 5,000 there. I've got enough here. But it might be good practice to move a few across. Attached to transport. see how it's done it. I can actually remember how to do this, no? I select the ship. And how do I get them into... I don't want them to go there, I want them to go here. Right, click on it. I don't think it's made any difference. Was it winter time? I thought there was some button to press before. Never mind, I'll just send these in. I'm besieging the town. To demand tribute in a peace deal, it requires you to have a certain amount of war score. The war goal reduces the war score of cost of that province by half. Having a claim on a province reduces the cost of diplomatic power by half. Click it, then click diplomacy and sue for peace. Sign a peace treaty of any kind. Leicester becomes a part of England. Sounds great. That it is. When a war ends, your two nations will have a truce unless you annex them, because then they no longer exist. You can see which countries you have a truce with and when they expire by hovering the mouse over the truce alert. Which I guess is up here. Attacking someone who you have a truce with will incur a severe penalty. It is not recommended. Okay. And that's the basic tutorial. Okay. We can try the advanced one now. Okay. I'm going to click exit and go back to the loading screen, I guess. Yep. Oh, look. My microphone only works on this machine if the property tab is over. This happened whenever, after installing Windows 10 basically. So let's try the next tutorial, advanced. Going through the interface, of which there's a lot. Or so it seems to me. ducats, money. Manpower, obviously. Manpower cap is 10 years of recruitment, whatever that. Recruiting people and replacing casualties, yes, fine. Stability represents how stable, obviously. It's connected to unrest, tax income, global trade power, and more. You can increase it in the stability and expansion tab, wherever that is, and it costs administrative power. It can be lost through random events, breaking truces, changing state religion, or having, what, objectives? Having hassle, I think. Prestige you gain by winning battles, wars, or through random events. Prestige gives your troops increased morale, legitimacy, and better relations over time. So we are psychopaths or sociopaths, really, because we get prestige by winning battles and wars. It's good for us, and not for the other people. What do I do with it? I guess it improves my troops, basically, and improves diplomatic relations? Or some sort of relations. Got to get more prestige, basically. Okay. Legitimacy. Republican tradition. Only republics are affected by Republican tradition, and it mostly reduces unrest. Republican tradition is lost by keeping the same ruler for several terms, Putin, for example, and is gained slowly every year. Low Republican tradition is associated with increased stability cost. Monarchies, on the other hand, have legitimacy, which I guess is shown here as well. Represents how legitimate the rule of your monarch is considered to be. Legitimacy affects unrest, religious tolerance, and diplomatic reputation. So it's a little complicated, but okay. You've got to be more legitimate. Power projection is a value that reflects how good your nation is at flexing its muscles. By selecting rivals and taking aggressive actions against them, your power projection can increase. Having power projection can give you bonuses to your country. Privateering, winning wars, embargoing, and supporting rebels are examples of actions that increase your power projection. Generally, disruptive international behaviour. Want to get you into trouble. Envoys are characters. Merchants, colonists, diplomats, missionaries. Okay. We'll worry about them when we have to. Then we have monarch points. Administrative power, diplomatic power, military power. You gain the monthly, and it depends on your rulers and your advisors' skills. So here, well, the paused thing is hiding it a bit. Monthly increase +6. Due to base value, due to my admin skill, national focus. Negative. Monarch power is a bit better. I don't know if Francesco Foschinari is me or an advisor. I suppose it's the king. Or the Republican leader. And alerts. Left clicking on one will take you where you can do something about it, and right clicking will hide it. Red alerts are urgent, yellow are important, and green are non. Production interface is designed to help you make production more efficient and easy to use. Well, that may be exaggerating a bit. I saw that in the basic tutorial anyway, didn't we? So there's a place in France here called Berry. The Holy Roman screen allows you to see which nation is the Holy Roman Emperor and who the electors are, and also view all the member states. Oh, blimey. "57 princes, a bunch of electors. Complicated." Next. If your state religion is Catholic, you will have access to the mechanics related to the papacy. The papacy view gives you information about papal influence and what you can spend it on. Every time the Pope dies, a new one must be chosen from the active cardinals. You may invest papal influence to increase the chance of your being the next Curia controller. Pardon me, I don't know what that is. A very strange empire it was, I suppose. The outliner helps you by giving you fast information about progress and statuses of armies, navies, buildings, envoys and more. It's hidden, but okay. I have these diplomats, merchants, navies, and some rebel factions. Nice. And the score represents how well my nation is doing. Administrative, diplomatic and military, like these three. I can view comparison in the ledger to see what gives you score. Ledger. Where's the ledger? Don't know. Ledger, there it is. But nothing happens here. And map modes will change the information. Okay, we'll look at them. Terrain, political, it's a different colour for each nation. Made difficult, I guess, by the zillion of them that are here. Trade map mode shows you trade zones. And we'll learn more about it later. Okay. The Imperial map mode shows the Holy Roman Empire. Dark green are Imperial provinces. Lighter green are electors. Well, I don't see any of those, and brightest green is the Emperor. I don't see that either. Some of my provinces, Brescia, Verona and Friuli, belong to the Empire, while you as Venice do not. Ah. Brescia, Verona. Well, it doesn't look like it belongs to it. To me, I think this is broken, but we'll worry about that if it ever becomes relevant. It seems to me the colours are all wrong here. What's this red stuff? Next up, religious mode. Pretty cool. And we don't know about the rest of the world at the moment. Diplomatic. Where my cores are, I think this is parts of my real nation. Green stripes, core provinces that I do not own. Not really understood. Is it being taken over by someone else? Albania considered to be a core province. Venice does, that's me. The Ottomans consider it to be core as well, so if I want to take that back, I risk a war with the Ottoman Empire, do I? But if I just wait till the 11th of November, in 50 years' time, they'll lose their grip on it anyway. A nation will lose a core province 50 years after the most recent of having received it, after the most recent time the nation was at war with the current owner, the most recent owner change of the province. It doesn't make sense. Why would you lose it 50 years after having received it? For no reason. I have a feeling some of the instructions here are a bit incorrectly written, but never mind. There are many more map modes. Let's see what we've got. Political map modes. That's the basic political map, presumably. The imperial one. Cultural one. So if I wanted to build France now, I'd have to get all these provinces. That would be Greater Germany. We don't know what goes on over here. Accepted culture. So that's green is accepted, blue indicates tolerated, and red indicates non-accepted. We have religious again. Estates. Well, I don't know about estates. Are there any? There's nothing coloured really, unless these borders mean it. I don't think so. Unrest. Green is low or no. Stripes indicate rebel held. Right, okay. And there's similar sort of stuff. Goodness me. Economic. Lots of details. Well, I guess we'll go through them all eventually. Terrain, simpler terrain. Stripes indicate provinces with a controller that is not the owner. Supply limit. No winter. Severe winter. Is this the Pyrenees there? We have severe winter in the Alps. Here we have no winter. Mild winter. Trade. Let's have a look at trade. The world is divided up into trade nodes, with each having a different number of provinces. I think with each having various provinces attached, I think. Provinces produce different trade goods, and the trade value of those goods is transported to their respective trade nodes, which are visible either as floating buoys or cities, and they have light blue stripes connecting each other. Click Venezia to continue. I guess that's down here. Click the Venice button to continue. It's under the trade heading, you see. It's crazy, so much stuff here. Okay, the trade value in a trade node comes from the provinces that trade there. I can either collect income from the trade value or steer the trade to the next trade node. Okay, I can send the money from where I am back home. Trade power is a very important value that determines how much of the trade in a trade node you control. The more trade you control, the more income you can collect, or the more trade value you can transport forwards. Your merchants can perform two different actions in a trade node. Collect from trade requires that you own a province in that trade node, and you'll collect income from trade. The amount of trade power you have compared to your competitors determines how many ducats you actually gain. So have a merchant collect from trade in the Venice trade node. Him. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Well, I thought I'd just done it. Yes, had to unpause it. Now, what's going on here? The second action your merchant can perform is transfer trade power. This will transfer trade value from one trade node to another. The amount of trade power you have compared to your competitors determines how much trade value is transferred. Select Alexandria and then click the button to go to the trade node. Let's go to Alexandria. Have a merchant transfer trade power to continue, because we want to transfer it to Venice, I suppose. Days. The trade map mode shows you where the different nodes are and which provinces belong to them, and also how trade is steered. As you see here, you are now steering trade from Alexandria to Venice. Do I see that? Is that mine? No. There. Forwarding 1.22. Trade can only flow in the direction the arrows are pointing. Some trade nodes are so-called end nodes, which means trade cannot be steered away. Venice, Sevilla. For example, trade power determines how much trade value is transferred. Okay, so that's 1.22 is coming here. Where's Sevilla? Over here somewhere, presumably. Yeah. Like Gibraltar to me. It's playing the snowman. It's music, isn't it? Anyway. Click next to continue. Trade power directly affects how large a portion of trade in a trade node you control. Trade power comes from provinces and from light ships that are protecting trade. And ideas and diplomatic advisors. Okay. Select my ships in Venezia. Light ships can be ordered. That's the barracks. They patrol the trade node and increase the amount of trade power I have in that node. Have your ships protect trade in a trade node. Let's just protect it here then. Click the production interface. Or build more light ships and have them protect trade. Okay. Barks, increase your trade power in that trade node by 3. Each bark increases it by 3, okay. So select bark and then click on the green provinces to start building them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it, isn't it? I'm building 6 on a 5. Okay. In production 6. Is there a way I can see it? Like their due dates and all that. Well, okay, that's that, I guess. I don't know how to join a fleet together, for example. Send them all to one place, perhaps. And that's it for the tutorial, I think. Let's see what's next. That was the advanced tutorial. So the next one, Spanish Empire. Ooh. We learn about declaring war, annexing countries, and managing conquered territory. Events, stability, rebels, exploration. Well, I suggest I do that tutorial in part 2, and then I can actually start a game. Because this looks like it's a beginner campaign, maybe it does actually start a game. So we'll do that in part 2. Well, that's a first look. And you can see there's a fair old bit to the mechanics. We'll have to see how it goes. I'll see you in part 2 then. Bye for now.